Welcome back, folks. Let me introduce Captain Bill Sheehan, Hackensack Riverkeeper. He's Captain Bill. He was recognized with the 2006 Russell Berrie Award for making a difference. Good to see you, Captain Bill.
Good to see you, Steve.
I want to make sure people who may not know what the Hackensack Riverkeeper is find out right now. Tell them.
Well, Hackensack Riverkeeper is a nonprofit organization I founded in 1997. The mission is to protect, preserve, and restore the natural living and recreational resources of the Hackensack Watershed, period.
So much has gone on in that area, particularly in the last decade or so. Why is it important to everyone watching right now in the tri-state area, even if they don't live in the area you're describing?
Well, the Meadowlands is a regional wetland area, which is the estuary of the Hackensack River. And we devoted a great deal of our bandwidth to protecting and preserving the Meadowlands, and we were very successful at that. There's now over 8,000 acres of wetlands in permanent conservation here in the Meadowlands. And also upriver, we have a Green Acres easement has been placed upon all of the watershed properties around our reservoirs to guarantee clean drinking water for people. And generally speaking, we've been on the beat, on the job, doing environmental enforcement, either through our own attorneys or through the Division of Criminal Justice at the Attorney General's office, and of course with the state DEP and the EPA. We've gotten people to realize that this river is not an open sewer, that it is a natural resource. And right. We have thousands of people every year now that are coming out to actually recreate in our watershed.
But you know what's interesting? I mean, so much of what you do is environmental education. You take people on tours, and they have to be there physically. Mm-hmm. We're taping this on October 1st, the fall of 2020. COVID is painfully all too real for us. What impact has it had on the work that you and your colleagues are doing?
Well, it's had some profound impact because, in 2015, we were able to acquire 2 new boats, 30-foot pontoon boats, so that we could comfortably take somewhere between 10 to 12 people out on the river at a time. And now, because of COVID and because of social distancing, we've had to limit the number of people going out on the river with us to maybe 5 or 6 at a time, which it cuts our impact in half, basically. But I refuse to give up doing the job completely, because even if I have to do it one person at a time, that's my mission, is to bring people into the fold.
What's always struck me about you, and I remember meeting you at the awards in 2006, and by the way, this is part of a series called 25 for 25, the Russell Berrie Foundation celebrating 25 years of the Making a Difference Awards. Your passion, where does it come from? Your passion for this?
Well, I've lived in Secaucus most of my life on the Hackensack River, grew up watching the natural resource values of the river being diminished by developers, by polluters, even by government. And people were just disregarding this river. And, I remember being loaded into a car when I was a kid and have to endure like a 3-hour ride on the parkway in the summer heat in order to get to clean water. And I've always felt that we should have that kind of clean water in our backyard too. We are one state, New Jersey, and everybody in New Jersey deserves clean water. And, the water quality in the Hackensack is better now than it's been in my lifetime. And people are starting to embrace that fact. And, we hold a fishing derby every year now where people actually catch fish. There are fish in the river again. We don't let them eat them, of course. We tell them throw those fish back.
But there are fish.
But there are fish. And, there's over 275 species of birds and other critters that use the Meadowlands and use the Hackensack River watershed and share it with the humans that live here.
Bill, let me ask you this. First of all, kayak use is way up. You also you and your organization faced a fire at your location there. But put things in context. When you won the award back in 2006, early on in this 25-year process, what did it mean? What does it mean?
Oh, it means when you get recognition from the community that you're working in, it verifies that you're on the right track. It makes you want to do better. And that's what it did for me. When I received the award, it was First, it was a surprise. And second, it was very well appreciated. And like I said earlier, it made me want to be a better riverkeeper.
By the way, the fire happened when? In May?
May 16th. That was the,
I'm really sorry.
yeah, the afternoon. I had just gotten done doing a whole bunch of other things, and I was getting ready to sit down and relax for a few minutes, and the phone rang, and I had to jump in the truck and drive up to Hackensack, and all the way up the road, I could see this column of smoke rising into the air. It was heartbreaking.
But you're rebuilding with green technology, correct?
Yeah, we have, right now we're waiting on permits from the city of Hackensack. Another byproduct of the coronavirus outbreak is the fact that all of the inspectors that work for the city are working from home, more or less.
Yeah.
And so, it's not like you can just go to their office and say, hey, how about that permit, But I have a general contractor, a roof contractor, a floor contractor, a HVAC, plumbing, electric. They're all waiting to go to work. And we have, pretty much everything that we have to do to the building to make it inhabitable. We have that already on our docket, but we're waiting for the permits.
There's no aspect of our lives that hasn't been affected by COVID, but I know that Captain Bill Sheehan and the Hackensack Riverkeeper, Captain Bill, if you will keep fighting and doing what he's doing to make a difference and to protect our environment. And that's why he was recognized with the Making a Difference Awards in 2016 by the Russell Berrie Foundation. Hey, Captain Bill, thanks so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you, Steve. I'll come back anytime. You know that.
You got it. I'm
right.
Steve Adubato. We'll be right back.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Russell Berrie Foundation, Hackensack Meridian Health, PNC, Grow Up Great, Seton Hall University, Suez North America, the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare, United Airlines, the Fidelco Group, and by NJ Best. Promotional support provided by NJ On Air and by Meadowlands Chamber.
This is the Seton Hall story, one that comes to life every day on our campus. This is the place where great minds discover, innovate, collaborate, and find their true calling. This is the place where passion has a purpose, where learning inspires leading. The bonds we make, the values we teach, inspire our community to take heart and take action. This is Seton Hall University. This is what great minds can do.